I sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum.
Ooh, whoa, that was weird. We are live here. I'm live from the fantastic area of Borellis. Let me pull in my co-host for the day.
Yes, just for the day.
One James Smiley. Well, you're not for the day. You're for.
I know.
You're forever. You're forever.
I'm a forever host.
What movie was that where they were like forever?
And ever.
Is that The Sandlot? Forever.
I don't know. You know, I don't actually know what that's referencing, but I remember it being referenced in other TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had that on.
I think it's a Sandlot. I think it's a Sandlot. I'm going to say yes to that. We'll see. No, I'm just kidding. Let me add.
I don't remember that movie.
Let me add. You're all. I don't remember TV and/or movies per se. Let me put banners. We're live. We're here. We're from Burles. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, why does Chris not have on the white glasses? No, I'm just kidding. You're probably thinking, where's Hollyanne? Well, she had the baby. Oh, whoops. Were we supposed to say she had the baby? Oops. No, I'm just kidding. Hollyanne is under the weather. She's not feeling well. So she could not do the show. And normally we would probably cancel, but we're not going to do a show next week.
Yeah.
So James and I decided we would do a short show, and maybe we'll do a little bit of Ask Us Anything kind of deal. If you want to ask us questions, we'll just we'll do a 1 hour banter show. You know, we'll see what happens. You know, I don't know. I don't really know what's going.
Anything you like. Ask us anything you like.
You want love advice? Ask James. You want
I'm not the right person to ask.
Ask James anything is what we're doing. Ask us anything. We don't care. But we're live here. It's Sunday night. It's the last party of the weekend. It is the last day of January 2021.
We made it a whole month.
I'm drinking the fine MX lager, the Mexican lager from Sidetrack Brewing, and I want to give them a great big shout out for 5 years of being open. It is their 5th year anniversary, which blows my mind because I was there for the first one. So I was there. I've been a Sidetrack fan since day one. I was there on the first day. Hollyanne said, how much do you miss me? I say, I miss you. I miss you. But it's a good thing I have an extra long clip. I'll reload and I'll try again. That's not my joke, but I like that joke. No, we miss you. You're on my lap.
Miss you. Like, what is it? I ran into my ex-girlfriend the other day, and then I backed up and I ran into her again.
Hey,
I miss her sometimes.
Hey-o. Hoo-ah.
Sorry, that's a Jeffrey Ross joke. I want to not pretend like I had anything to do with that, but I love that joke.
All right.
I miss her sometimes.
Hey-o. Yeah. I always love that. Sorry, I missed you. Let me reload and try again. It's like, oof. So it's just a James and Chris adventure today.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while. The last time we did is, let's see. Ooh. All that comes to mind is Forever and Ever and Ever of the Spinning Head Twins of The Shining. But that's an old.
Yes.
Yeah, forever. I swear it's like when they're telling the
And
story
ever.
they're telling
And
the story
ever.
on the Sandlot, and they're talking about I want to say the dog or whatever, and then he's like, and then at the end of the story he's like, forever. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. So my mom says hello.
Hi, Miss Debbie.
From Borealis to Cloudcroft, hello to you. If you do not live in the New Mexico area, please learn our map. Get that down. If you're going to listen to this show, we reference it a lot. There's a lot of references to a lot of different areas of New Mexico, and people really need to get that down,
It's true. Me and Chris live in completely different neighborhoods.
Right.
We don't even socialize.
No.
My dive bars are not his dive bars.
That's true. It's true. And if I say like, hey, heading to Cuba, I don't want you to be like, can you get me some cigars? No, Cuba, New Mexico, asshole.
Yeah.
Come on.
And it's pronounced Cuba.
It is pronounced Cuba, but I'm white, James. Sorry.
You would throw that in with the asshole comment. Just like an extra little slight.
Right.
Also, you don't know how to speak correctly.
What is the weirdest? I have a question. What is the weirdest town name in New Mexico that is
Truth
not
or Consequences?
I was gonna say that is not Truth or Consequences.
Okay. That's a gimme, right?
Also, do you know the story behind why it's called Truth or Consequences?
Wasn't it like a game show or something?
So there was a game show on TV in the 50s called Truth or Consequences. And they had a contest, and they said, they wanted to if a city named themselves after the show, they would go there and film. And so Hot Springs, New Mexico said, we will do it. And they went there and filmed Truth or Consequences, this TV show. So ever since, it's been Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, which is weird because Hot Springs is such a better name because it has a lot of hot springs.
But there's already a Hot Springs, Colorado. So they're like, whatever.
We do not reference Colorado since they have taken our green chili for them.
Whatever. Have you had their green chili? It's not real. Right. It's like getting green chili in Texas.
Yeah.
I mean, it tastes like green chili, but it's not hot.
They said that a weird named town in New Mexico is Raton or Socorro. What about Sipapu? Sipapu is a really interesting name.
What about Gallup?
Gallup's okay. But there's like the Gallup poll. It's funny, when I was a kid, I always thought the Gallup poll was done in Gallup, New Mexico. I was like, oh, wow.
I did too. They call up on the phone, and I'm like, huh, that's weird.
Someone calling from Gallup.
Someone's calling from Gallup.
There's Tres Ritas, New Mexico. There's Tuseke. Tuseke is a weird. I mean, it's not weird, I guess, to certain cultures, but to the United States.
I'm gonna agree with Holly on this. They named their town Rat Town.
Raton, yeah, Raton. Yeah.
That's a weird name. Welcome to the Rat Town.
Welcome to Ratville.
That's great. Why do you call it that? You'll find out.
Are you enjoying that hamburger, sir? Yeah, this beef is good. Beef.
They're just boneless chicken wings.
Right.
Is this a fried rat? Yes.
Yeah. Interesting. It's really funny because I used to travel and work for Dell, and I would have to call and call for parts. And they're saying Socorro means help. Interesting. I did not know that.
Might be a weird one too.
Yeah.
I'm still going to Rat Town now.
Rat Town. And I remember my favorite thing to do is I'd have to call into Dell to order more parts. And if I was in Tuseke or Sipapu or, Cerrillos or somewhere, I always liked calling in, and they would have to mail out the parts, and they would be like, let me confirm they'd be like, let me confirm the customer's information. And I'd be like, by all means, by all means. And Tuseke, they'd be like, Tessacu, and it's like, nope, but good shot. Even Albuquerque, they would have Alba Quirky, and it's like, nope, Albuquerque.
Well,
And
I
then
used
I'm,
to
go
like
ahead.
do like impress your friends by
Mm,
like I knew how to like when I was living out of state as a child. I'd be like, well,
mm.
I can spell Albuquerque. Can you? And they're like,
Oh, yeah.
no. I'd go Albuquerque. And they're like, what?
Right? Yeah.
That's not a real word. Just show.
They're saying Socorro means help get me out of here. Nice. I remember when I was a kid, like, or when I first moved here. I don't know when I was a kid. When I first moved here, I was like, okay, the first thing I'm going to do is learn how to spell Albuquerque. So when I write it down, I don't want to be like that's like the first thing. Like you're in Albuquerque, and I remember when I first moved here, the city was doing this thing where they had spent all this money to try to pay some sort of marketing firm to give the city a nickname. Do you remember this?
Yes, I do.
Let's see if anybody in the chat. Let's see if anybody in the chat remembers what nickname they came up with.
Bonus points if you remember the mayor.
Oh yeah, well yeah. But I remember like they spent like hundreds of thousands of dollars to come
There
up
were
with,
signs going up around the city.
huh?
It was ridiculous. And
Yeah,
everyone's all, what's this?
right. And no one called it. No one calls it that. And like I just remember like reading the article and then just the thrashing underneath in the comments, and it was like no one's gonna call it that, bro. Fuck that shit.
I was still getting used to people calling our city Birkgay.
But
I
yeah,
was like, I don't know. I don't like it.
right. You don't like that? No?
I'm used to it now, but I didn't like it like 20 years ago when that was happening. I was like, that's not what I call it.
Right. What do you call it?
I just call it Albuquerque. I'm really big on surnames.
Yeah.
Like,
Nobody in the chat knows what the name was. Does no one know what the nickname was that the marketing firm came up with our city?
do you want me to do it?
Let's see. Let's give him a little bit more.
Okay.
A little bit more time.
I'll give him a hint. It was Marty Chavez.
Because Marty Chavez was the mayor. Because Marty Chavez is always the mayor,
Always the mayor.
according to Lauren Poole, our good friend of the show, Lauren Poole.
Bless her heart.
Yeah, but that was like when I first moved here, I was like, "Is this real?" I mean, people call it the Duke City. I mean, that's a big one. Nope. Someone got it. It's not the Duke City. It was where's that at?
Oh, Holly got it.
Holly got it. It was the Q. They were gonna call this like the Nick. They were like, they spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on this marketing firm to call Albuquerque
everywhere.
the Q, and it was so dumb. And it's like literally, that they were like, "Holy shit, man! We got to turn this in next week, man." And someone's like, "Wow, it's kind of cool that they have a Q in their name," and they're all the Q. Like that's how that shit went. So terrible. So terrible. Thanks, Marty Chavez. Hope slumlording has made you lots of money.
I'm sure it has. Actually, weirdly enough, I was actually elected. I like Marty Chavez. I was an elected official while he was in office.
Yeah. What elected official were you?
I was a board member on. I was a member of the Albuquerque Youth Advisory Council.
Oh, okay.
And it was an elected council. It was an elected position on a council that was created by Marty Chavez.
Actually, and I have something. Let me find this article. I sent this out today. Oh, there it is. So, and this is a good news. So, this is part of you. You did this. Just so you know. Yeah. You did this. So, pre-COVID, like the biggest problem in Albuquerque was the Albuquerque Rapid Transit.
Yes, my baby.
They came in like, so give people a backstory that don't live in the Duke City, the Q. Just kidding. They built a brand new bus line up Route 66 all the way from Coors all the way up to Tramway. Is that correct?
I believe so. Yes.
They took a whole middle lane on each side, and they built this rapid transit system called ART. It's ART buses.
It's glorious.
The original idea was, and this was all under Mayor Barry, is you would have these electric buses that would pull in, and when they were picking you up, they would recharge at this, at every stop. They would charge a little, and then they would charge overnight at the bus terminal. So they get the ART construction finally done after quite some time. Many people lost their businesses because ART was kind of a, it restricted traffic,
I'm building that on consumers. If they wanted to go to those businesses, they should have. They're still parking.
Yeah. Someone said, I think fart goes to Louisiana. Okay. So anyway, it goes into effect. Mayor Barry goes out of office. Mayor, what's the guy's name now?
Also, it's not called fart, and it goes at least up to Wyoming because I've taken
Mayor Keller comes in, and I guess the electric buses that originally had planned were not going to work with the actual charging stations at each location. So we had to scrap the electric buses. They drove them out of town, and now we have regular big buses. Until now. This article is from KOB.com. Joy Wang, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Albuquerque is giving electric buses another chance. They failed in years past when the city rolled out Albuquerque Rapid Transit. The new Proterra Catalyst E2 bus will be in use starting Saturday. It will run 66 Central route at first, but officials want to test it out in different parts of the city to see what the battery life is like. We want to know how it does on terrain, how it does with a full load, how it does with different temperatures going up and down hills, said Danny Holcomb, Transit Department Director. The city anticipates the bus will run about 150 to 175 miles a day on one charge. The new buses are different from the ART buses that were sent back after the city said they failed safety standards. They were basically a brand new design, said Rick DeRays of Albuquerque Ride. In this case, the Proterra is a different manufacturer. These are all over the country. The city plans on buying 5 more of the virtually emission-free Proterra buses by the end of the year. We looked at several buses this go-round, and we feel this is the best bus we can get for our money, and we're excited about this one, Holcomb said. Money to buy the buses is coming from Federal Transit Administration grants. So,
nice.
Are you excited that now there's going to be electric buses now?
I am excited. I mean, it goes more for the overall spirit of the proposal.
Yeah.
Because initially, the plan that I was involved with was to tear up Central and put in a middle lane, a dedicated transit line.
Yeah.
But that was to make a ground, set the groundwork so that we could do like a light rail or something on Central.
Right. So would you like to give people give out your email address to folks if they want to express their gratitude for the ART building? Do you want to let people email you for that?
Oh, no, I don't even like people to address me on Facebook.
I'm just kidding. They're all, you son of a bitch. How dare you? First of all, how dare you?
Okay, you know what? I will defend it every time.
No,
I will defend it because I wrote that when I was 17.
Right. Were you?
It's not my fault. Albuquerque took that long to implement it.
Have you ridden the ART bus?
Yes.
Okay. What is your general synopsis of it?
I had to get used to the backward facing seats, but I think that's a lot safer.
I thought it was a little rough though. It's the actual ride was a little rough. But I was also sitting right in the flex area. Oh,
you were in the bounty chairs, man. That's just where you were sitting.
Yeah. Well, stupid me. They think that the whole thing would have a nice ride. Dumbass Chris. I don't know.
Well, you want to sit at the flex point because it's like riding on like a railroad. You want those little bumps, right? Oh yeah.
No, it's bumpy. It's got the flex, but no, I do like the fact. I mean, I'm not gonna shit on it. I like the fact that like there's a bus every, people are like, well, there's hardly anyone riding it, and I'm like, yeah, because it comes every 15 minutes, so that or less. Like we were timing it one day, and it got down to like 9 minutes between buses. So there's so many buses that it doesn't fill up. I rode on the bus one time, and I felt like I was in the Walmart or the bus equivalent of a Walmart one time going to the state fair, and I hated it.
That sounds about right.
And I'll ride the bus sometimes. I don't have.
But you have to realize the buses that we're using right now on the ART line aren't high capacity buses. They're actually trying not to cram you in there. There's large open areas for you to put bikes in and strollers and like wheelchairs.
Right. Whereas you'd have the old buses and you would have you just could barely get in.
Like sardines.
Yeah. I mean, so is the rapid transit gone? Is that gone now?
It replaced rapid transit. Yeah.
So it's gone. Okay. Because that one was
they retired those buses.
Good.
Sold them for junk or whatever.
Yeah. Because it took like 45, like those ran every 45 minutes. And I always felt like you would always see somebody running after the bus because they just didn't make it there. And it was like sad. It was like, oh. They're like, wait.
Those were the specific lines, though.
Yeah.
Like, I think they still have the one that goes out to the west side.
Mm-hmm.
But I know ART took over the mall ride one that goes up to Louisiana and just turns.
Okay.
And took over, I think the one that goes up to Tramway.
What do you think would help this city for transit?
More transit. Man,
what does that mean?
I would kill for a bus that went between two of our studios.
Yeah. Okay.
There's I-25 studios on one side of the city, and then there's I guess Netflix studios now on the other side of the city. There's no transit there, and it's that I would kill for that. That'd be amazing. I could get to work without having to like spend $40 on an Uber.
Yeah. Let me throw this at you and see if you agree. You may not. I don't know. What if there was a rail in a circle and the circle went around to Tramway, like there was a station at Tramway, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then the circle went back, went curved around. There's a station on Paseo. Then it curved around. There's a station on Coors. And then it curved around. And I don't know where the station, maybe the station's at the studios. I don't know. I don't know where it is on the south side. The south side's where I'm a little gray. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be like the Real Dissel. It'd be right there, right near the Diaz Letter Reservation.
But like to those stations, buses go and stop. So like no? Why?
Wouldn't work. Everyone that lives in those areas, those are all people that have cars, and they're almost in rural areas. All those outliers of the city.
Well, let me explain.
They don't need transit.
Okay, I disagree with that. So here's why.
Okay.
So here's why. So if you live on Coors and you want to get to the Northeast Heights, it's tough to get a bus all the way there. You know, you got to switch a lot of things. So if you take a bus to the station, say you live in the west side of Albuquerque. So you take a bus to the station. Then you get on the train. The train takes you all the way up to Tramway. Boom. Then you get off one bus to where you're going. You know, bam, you're there.
Wait,
you know
the train?
Saying? Well, a rail or light rail or whatever you want to call it. Monorail, train, whatever the fuck. Monorail.
Well, no, I mean we have a train, and you can take the. Are you talking about the rail runner?
No, I'm talking about a circle all the way around the outside of Albuquerque for the people who don't live near. See, the problem with art, the problem with the rapid is it only helps the people who need to go up Central
Yes.
from the west side to the heights. I feel like on the outskirts of Albuquerque, you have a lot of people who don't have transportation. And so if you had a circular monorail or light rail around the outskirts of the city, and you could take that to whatever quadrant of the city and get off and then take a bus to where you needed to go in that area.
Oh,
You
okay, I
know?
see where you're going.
Yeah.
Um, I don't. I'm not sure if that's like really needed though.
Someone says, is art running right now? If so, have vehicle involved accidents gone down? I recall when it first began, there were accidents almost every day. None to my knowledge were the fault of the art bus drivers. That is all correct. So the art bus is running because I
It is running.
live right off Central, and it is constantly running. Now, people are like, oh, there's less accidents because of COVID, probably because of the art bus. No, man, I was out today. It's a Sunday. Central on a Sunday is like a moving slow traffic jam. You know, the
The whole
west,
city decides to
yeah,
cruise.
it is slow. Now, the whole time I watched as people didn't, when they first opened those art bus lanes in the middle, people in Albuquerque drive like assholes. And they constantly would pull into that lane, and they would constantly try to turn where you're not supposed to turn.
Or
And
my
you hit.
favorite, just turn straight into the bus,
Mhm.
like they didn't notice a giant bus
Yeah.
directly next to them. Huh.
So in full traffic on Central, I was on Central for about 5 hours today. I would say 5 hours because I was
Damn.
trying to work on my heater, and I kept driving to the Salmons way over by Old Coors. And I was very I was very much noticing that people don't get in that lane anymore. They got it. They've got I think people have finally, it just takes a while, man. It just takes people a while. And, I'm sure there's every once in a while some fuckhead that's, yep, all that I've seen it happen myself. Yeah. But people are,
Eventually you got to learn. I mean, you see
Mhm.
it on the news every day. Some
Yeah.
other dumbass just turned straight into a bus.
Now, I will say this. I was doing the same thing yesterday because I've been working on this all weekend. I did see somebody, an older Albuquerquean, because you have the art bus lane and then you have the left turn / U-turn lane that they've created. And then the right lane is usually straight. So as we're going along, I'm behind him, and I go into the right lane to keep going straight, and he stays in that middle lane to turn left or U-turn. And I'm thinking like, oh, he's going to turn left or U-turn, and then he just keeps going straight. So I had to hit the brakes to not smash into him. Still a little bit of that, but we'll get there. Albuquerque, we'll get there. We'll get there. What is something? Go ahead.
I just stopped driving. I just don't drive anymore.
That's got nothing to do with art. That's got nothing to do with art.
But it does have to do with my enthusiasm for public transit.
Right. Right. And so so I have a couple of electric vehicles, not cars. Let's stop right there. I don't have a Tesla. I don't have anything like that. But I have an electric longboard, and I have an electric bike. I have a Super 73. And so somebody asked me, they saw my post on Instagram, and they said, hey, how much was your electric bike? And I told them, and I was like, why? And they're like, well, I heard this summer gas is supposed to go up to $8 a gallon, which I laughed, and I said, if gas went to $8 a gallon, that would be like Mad Max times. So, I mean, I'm sure it'll go up.
Also, I don't know if you noticed those huge like gas price things don't really happen in our state.
Mm.
You'll see
Well,
it
we
on
have,
the news, but
yeah,
it'll like, oh, it only went up like 40 cents here.
yeah. Right now the average gas price right now in the United States is 240, which is pretty high. Um, our gas price, let me see. But they are rising, I guess. Yeah. But someone's like, I heard they're gonna be $8 a gallon. I was like, if we had
Yeah,
$8 a gallon in New Mexico, that would be like $15 a gallon in California. People would just be
yeah.
murdering each other for gas. I mean, I don't know.
I'm okay. That was one of my favorites. One of my heroes growing up
Mhm.
was the main character of the Road Warrior.
Yeah. One of my favorite lines, I will
The
say
the
that.
little kid with the freaking boomerang.
Oh, love it. Yeah.
He was my hero growing up. He
E-bikes are
narrates
mopeds,
it.
not to be associated with push bikes, bicycles. Not that I'm opinionated. It's a moped. I mean, I'll agree with that. My bike will
Yeah.
go. So I have a Super 73 S2. Yes, I do. No, I'm just kidding. But it'll go 30 miles an hour, and it'll go. If I rode the bike, if I just use the throttle, I can get about 40 miles on a charge.
Well,
So
not bad.
not at all. Dude, look at the city of Albuquerque. I can ride 20 miles somewhere and 20 miles back. Look how far shit is in Albuquerque. It's not 20 miles. That shit's great, And I look pretty sweet doing it. I'm just gonna say that. You want to see
Oh
what?
yeah.
Have you seen what my bike looks like?
No, I didn't even know. I knew about your longboard. I think you mentioned the bike. I haven't seen it though.
Pull up a picture for you.
Mr. Fancy Pants here
Hey,
with electric
man.
bikes.
Dude, it's dope, man. I really enjoy it. I really have a good time like riding it. It's let me pull up a photo here.
Well, because of you, I've been looking into getting an electric scooter. So
You could get an electric bike, but
I don't like bikes.
well, okay,
I had some bad experiences as a child. You
yeah,
can't you can't disentangle yourself from them quite as easily as say a skateboard or a scooter.
yeah. I think it's this one, maybe. Boom. Can you see it?
Oh yeah. You did show me that.
Yeah, that's what my bike looks like. I haven't done anything custom to it yet, but a lot of people do some customizations, and I'm pretty excited to do that. So it's funny because like I had it out, and some guy walked in and looked at it, and he goes, "Oh, someone took your motor," because there's like a space right here in the middle. I was like, no, it's electric. The motor's actually in the hub, And he's
And then
like,
also
oh,
that space in the middle is for your gas tank. So
no, yeah. And it's funny. Well, no, because the motor would be like right here where the,
yeah.
between the right above the crank, I guess. But it's really funny because like it's hilarious because when I go to ride it, people will like turn and look, and then they're like they'll look and they'll go, oh, well, they're like, what? Not as much though as the electric longboard. The electric
I
longboard
bet.
throws people, like it throws them, because
Well,
like
they people are used to seeing skateboarders, but they're
right,
also not used to seeing people just float by with no
just
apparent
just take
form.
off. The great thing about the longboard, right? So you kind of like it's not a bad idea because you can kick push the longboard, and it's good. It's actually good to kick push, especially with a guy my size. Um, it helps the battery. You know what I mean? Because like the start is where like pulling somebody that's like 267 pounds to from a dead start takes a lot of battery. But if I like kick start it, like if I like push start, like I'm skating,
Yeah.
it helps. So I'll push start, and people kind of like, oh, that guy's longboarding, and then I just take off, like because it'll go up to like 22 miles an hour with me, and they're just like, what the fuck? Like I've seen people double. Like I love watching people double take. It's just hilarious. It's like,
You know what
they're
this
you know, and I'm just carving the street, you know, just like weaving back and forth, you know.
Well, I mean, I would actually get looks like that when I was this electric. I hazard to call them scooters. They're not actually scooters. They look like,
Mhm.
yeah, it's like a skateboard with handlebars,
Oh, I've seen these. Yeah.
and you kickstart it like
Yeah.
to get going, and people are like, "Why has this guy got like a weird little like thing on the street?" And then they'll like jam up to like 20 miles an hour, and they're like, "Ha!"
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. So yeah, so I really enjoy it. And then, you know, the crazy thing is I got the Super 73, the moped, whatever you want to call it. And I have never, like, I've taken it out for decent rides. The problem is it's like super cold. I got it in December. It's tough to like go out and ride it. But I've ridden all the way out to Rio Bravo and back. And I
Seriously.
mean, oh yeah, dude. And I mean, and have 20 miles still left on the charge, you know? Like I'm like, shit, I could have gone way farther. Yeah, it's crazy. Like I'm like, because you know, you hear $40, 40 miles on a charge, and you think, oh, that's not very far. Dude, that's 20 miles somewhere and back. What's 20 miles away? You know? I mean, let's see. It's got Albuquerque. I mean, think about it.
I mean, you could definitely get to Bernalillo.
Right. You could ride it to Bernalillo and back. But I mean, that would be a rough go because it's like 30, you know, you're going 30 miles an hour. That's pretty slow, but
There's other roads that go to Bernalillo. You don't have to use the
true.
interstate.
It's true. It's very true. You're right. And the big problem is you have a lot of people that like ride up on you because like 30 is fast on a bike, but like people ride up behind you. It's kind of shitty, you know. And
Oh,
like,
I know. I used to have not an electric scooter, like a straight on, like an actual scooter, like a 39, or I'm sorry,
yeah.
49cc engine,
Mhm.
only goes like 35. People will come up right on you, honk
Yeah.
at you, pull next to you, and tell you that you should not be riding that in the street, and then drive off. And you're like, well, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I had a
I
cop.
thought,
I had a cop tell me like to get my skateboard out of the street. And I was like, are you kidding me? You know,
do you want me to put this on the sidewalk?
yeah. You know how dangerous that is? It's weird. Like the longboard, riding a longboard on a sidewalk is so fucking way more dangerous.
Yeah, you can do like a regular, like a short board on a skatewalk, or
Sure. Sure.
on,
Yeah.
on a skatewalk.
The longboard, man, it sucks, man. It sucks. And it's like, hey man, I have every right to this street as you do, but you know, who knows? I don't know.
That's just good old APD.
Yeah, fuck 'em.
Not understanding laws or bothering to
Or care.
understand. Yeah.
Well, you know, your opinions get mixed with the laws. That happens too. So let's talk about these glasses, Smiley. So you're wearing glasses because Hollyanne and I wear glasses, right?
Yes,
So
I want to be in with the in crowd.
so my handicap is funny to you, is what you're saying. You laugh at this.
Yes.
So-
I take a secret glee. Actually, it's not so secret now.
Is what
Thanks
you're
for showing it out. But yes,
Let me
I'm
ask you-
silently giggling to myself because I'm all, look, I'm pretending like I can't see.
Where did you get these glasses? Are they prescription?
No, these are stage glasses.
Where did you get these?
They're purely theatrical.
For everyone listening, Smiley is wearing glasses. They are much like the glasses I am wearing. He doesn't need them. They're not prescription. He's fucking with all of us. He revels in the fact that he's fucking with us all.
Where else would I get them? I get them from like a prop store, man. You can order them online.
And you're just like, you know what? I've got to. First of all, you got too much money. If that's what you do, you're just buying fake glasses. Just buying fake glasses. Which I think it's hilarious.
You can call them prop glasses. They're also known as fashion glasses because it is just an accessory. It's an accessory. Like it's like having it like a nice scarf.
Okay.
Even though it's not cold out, it's just something to accentuate what I'm wearing.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good thing. Okay. So you were okay. So different careers. So people always this is a great episode because people are like more smiley. So now we're getting more smiley. Let me ask you some questions here.
Sure.
So in your life, you've been a paramedic, you've been
Yes.
a dancer, right? Aztec dancing,
That is correct.
which you know
20 years.
you always used to say that you did it, and then finally I saw you do it, and it was phenomenal. You've been a model,
Yep.
a
You see my
background.
modeling.
I have a background extra.
Yep.
What am I missing here? What else?
Well, I actually got into film work by doing lying about having stunt experience.
Okay.
So I do stunt work as well.
Yeah. Someone, Stephanie Galloway says, I'm glad people want to wear glasses because when I was a kid, everyone would make fun of people for having glasses, showing some glasses love. I'm going to show you some glasses love. We're you know what? Let me go. Hold on. Let me go solo real quick. I'm going to go solo. Is that cool, James?
I'm bowing out. Yeah. Good to go.
Hold on. So I've got the black. I've got the red. And I've got the white. But dang, that's some glasses love right there. And I'm going to go back
Those
to
are all prescription.
all prescription. And I have prescription sunglasses that are like this in black. I'm sorry, in white, just like this, and in red. And I'll say this, like people are always like, yeah, man, I've never like I don't like glasses. I'm the opposite. I've never had contacts. I've never owned them. I started wearing glasses when I was 18 years old, and like when I started wearing glasses, people were like, "Ooh, you look good in glasses." And since then, I'm like, well, all right then. And contacts to me, I've never had them. They seem like a pain in the ass. Everyone that has them, they look like a pain in the ass. You know?
They do. It seems like a pain in the ass. You have to
Mhm.
clean them,
Yeah.
or maybe they're disposable.
Yeah.
Obviously, I just be wearing contacts for show.
Right.
That's like a lot of.
Well, here's what I do. And people are always like, how do you have so many glasses? Like, I don't know. I don't even know why people pay for the insurance anymore. It's so crazy to me. So what I do is when I'm ready, like, I do it. You're supposed to do it every year, but I do it every 2 years. And I'm due up. I go to the eye doctor. There's an eye doctor over on Carlisle, and it's $50, $50 for an eye exam, right? $50. I go pay. I get an eye exam, right? They hand me the paper, and it says this is what your prescription is now. I go home, and I either go on Zenny Optical or I buy direct, and I just buy my glasses, And I think
It's
my sunglass, my regular glasses are like $17 a pair. So I have 3 pair. And then my sunglasses, I think, were $30 a pop. That's nothing. And people are like paying for monthly insurance. And I'm like, why would you pay for that? I don't
see.
know.
I went the same route because weirdly enough, I have prescription sunglasses too. It's
Okay.
not to correct my vision, but it's because
Yeah.
I have migraines
It's
that
it's
are
the block out the
induced.
killing. It's the block out the killing.
Yeah, I have light sensitivity induced migraines.
Okay. Yeah, you do.
So I have 2 pairs of these are prescription.
Yeah. Put on the ones in your left hand.
These ones?
Yeah. Put those on. Hold on. Let's solo that. Let's look at this. This is for people who listen to the audio. You're missing out. James Smiley looks like RDJ as Tony Stark. Those are some Tony Stark glasses right there.
They are, because I order my frames
Yeah.
off of. So you have to get the lenses prescription, but you can get your frames from anywhere. So I actually order off of a site that does props. These
Oh,
are Elvis glasses. These are Tony Stark glasses.
yeah. Those are
And
fantastic. I like them.
you just get your
Yeah.
prescriptions put into them.
And you know, they calm you down. The killings stop.
Well,
Okay.
the
JK.
sun doesn't make me want to vomit, so that's good.
That's a plus. That's always a plus. Hey James, how you doing today? Well, the sun doesn't make me want to vomit. Oh, cool. You know, that's a plus.
It's not usually something that people have to go up against in their everyday life. What's going on today? It's too sunny. I got to stay inside. This is New Mexico.
All right. Can I tell you like one of the positive things from my new house? Oh, first of all, today was the final day of the old apartment. I turned the keys in today. My keychain is much lighter.
All moved out.
All moved out. I for the first time in my life, 45 years old, almost 46 next Wednesday. I got my full deposit back. I got a full, like the guy walked in, he looked at the place and he goes, "Wow, good job." And he went, like, "Let me go write you a check." He's like, "I'm going to give it all back to you." I was like, "Whoa." And it was like so exciting. I drove to my house and immediately deposited the check via like camera, using the camera on my phone. I was like,
Like it was magical and it would go away if you
holy shit. Yeah, right. I was like, I'm gonna do it before he changes his fucking mind. Before he finds all the gum in the wall that'll fall apart. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it was like it's crazy. So I am fully no longer a renter as of today. Fully.
Congratulations.
So
you don't have to work with a dorm room right above your head.
Oh, no, with like a fucking clomping children, WrestleMania, the Royal Rumble going on above me on the weekends.
Dude, you lived in a trippy place. Like, and I've been to those
right
to the places above you. They have a shared bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a dorm.
Okay, let's talk about it. So I had this. So for the last year and 3 months, I lived in downtown Albuquerque. I lived 2 blocks from Central, 2 blocks from the launch pad, 2 blocks from Red Door Brewing.
All the fun places.
All the fun places. Of course, the pandemic hit. Wasn't as fun. Anyway, my apartment was 800 square feet. I paid $800. All bills paid. And $800, like for some people, is a lot of rent. Dude, $800 downtown Albuquerque is fucking ridiculously low. And especially with all the bills paid. Crazy, right? And
I've known a lot of people that have lived in that place. That's why I know it's even cheaper if you go upstairs.
That's crazy. So I didn't know this. So I move in and I have this like huge place and huge apartment, 800 square feet for an apartment in, a downtown city is pretty good size. And it was almost a studio. Like, it had a small kitchen, small bedroom, small bathroom, and then huge like dining room / living room area. It was all long and it was just fantastic. All wood floors. I mean, I have no real good complaints about the place. Landlord was amazing. If something broke, he was there the next day or that day to fix it. He was quick and fast. He was good. Now, the crazy thing is like I started meeting the quirky neighbors, and apparently my big apartment upstairs was contrast to the 5 apartments that were upstairs, right? So
Yeah.
my apartment downstairs was 800 square feet. The apartment next to me was probably the same. I think it was the same. So you have 1,600 square feet downstairs of just 2 apartments. And then upstairs, they split that 1,600 square feet into 5 apartments, right? So there was one woman that lived up.
5 apartments and a shared bathroom.
Hold on. One woman lived upstairs and had her own bathroom, one apartment.
Seriously, one of them had a bathroom?
Right.
Didn't know that.
Now, the other 4 apartments shared a bathroom in the hallway.
Yeah.
And I never saw anyone's apartment upstairs. I finally saw the bathroom 2 months ago. And I mean, it's geez. It was like you walk in, there's a toilet, a sink, and a shower, and not much else. That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. You have to bring your own like toiletry bag.
Yeah, I don't know
there's no room, and they're like you have to bring all. It's like living in a dorm.
Yeah.
I mean, you went to college, but you didn't live in a dorm.
I did live in a dorm for a year. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oof. Damn it. We could actually, we talked about only doing an hour. But I could talk about, if you want to talk about dorm life, I can do more if you want to go, because I could tell you about the dorm life.
I'm feeling good. Feeling good. Thanks to this hot tea and my inshore, I've recovered from my hangover.
Well, let's take a break then. We'll come back and I'll talk about a little more about the apartments and then the dorm life. If you really want to hear it, because like I lived in a dorm for 2 years.
I didn't know that. You've never talked about this.
I have not.
I mean, I remember you've always talked about your college life, but it was always when you were later on when you were doing the fraternity stuff.
Crazy stuff. Yeah. Well, I was in fraternity. Okay. So I did the dorm life for a year, and then I joined the fraternity, and I was still in the dorm for another year. So yeah. Okay. So let's talk about that. All right. Sweet. So, all right. Well, do you have anything to promote real quick?
Just all the regular stuff. Look for me on. I'm just gonna do the ones I like. Look for me on Midnight Texas second season. Daybreak on Netflix, and really, really, please watch Snatchers on HBO Max, because it's an indie project, and there was a lot of love put into it, and it was really fun to work on.
All right, check that out. Hollyanne has I'm not gonna promote for her. I don't know what the site is. She makes stuff. Go to our other episodes and listen to the break. She'll tell you what she makes. But she's under the weather, so we're without right now, and hope she gets better. I do another podcast. I'm a co-host on another podcast called What's Up Baby Q, and I'm gonna foreshadow here the very next episode of What's Up Baby Q, real tearjerker in the feels. Real tearjerker in the feels. We interviewed a lady who has a daughter that has several disabilities, and she wanted to, she wanted to like help people to understand like what she goes through and what her daughter goes through. So she wrote a children's book where the main character of the book is a girl in a wheelchair, and she has superpowers, and it's fantastic. And What's Up Baby Q, and a real sad thing is she's like, I reached out to a lot of media outlets, and you guys were the only ones that responded. And I was like, that's terrible, and it's going to be a real It's going to hit you right in the feels. So check it out. It'll be out Wednesday. What's Up, ABQ? I'm a co-host on that, and I can't stress enough how amazing that episode's going to be. So check that out. And we're here most Sundays. We're not going to be here next Sunday. Actually, programming alert. We will not be here next Sunday. We will not be here next Sunday.
And why is that?
Because there's a superb owl on television on Sunday. And we cannot compete with the superb owl next Sunday.
Well, I'm not even sure what the point is. Budweiser's not even doing an advertisement.
The big game, the superb owl. What's that?
I said, I don't even know what the point is. Budweiser's not even doing an advertisement.
I heard about that. We'll talk about that in the next hour. But so we will not be here next Sunday. Sorry, guys. Watch the Chiefs versus the Buccaneers. And we'll see what happens. But yeah, let's take a break. Let me pull up the Billy Belmonts. I get Billy to come on the show, and he was like, I'm sleepy. No, he didn't do that. He's like 2 hours ahead. And he's like, it'll be like really late for me.
You bastard.
I'm sleepy. No, all right, we'll come back for a wave. We'll do a Billy Wavy hour. So sit tight, and we'll be back here in about. Let's do 7:00 right now. Let's do like 7:06. Is that good?
Yeah.
James? All right, cool. So yeah, thank you for watching the show. We're live on tendrinkminimum.com. We're live on facebook.com/tendrink, and add us on Instagram and all the other cool social media. I definitely do this show when I'm drinking, and maybe you guys should drink as well. But always remember, never get too drunk to jerk.
tendrinkminimum.com.
Damn.
All accounts, your hand-built towers and layers. Not here was staying on appearance of souls by your subjects. Steal your thought. Don't you come this way. What's the use of fire if you can't burn a sea for all to climb? My fate was not the same as everyone is slave. Hear the word of what you earn. Your friends turn fickle, you're to blame. The envy veers to jeers as the glass they throw it break. Walk this way. Was I that incommodious? Can I plead to keep my head? My fate is not the same as everyone a slave. All accounts, you cursed the sky, the crowd, the ground. Didn't say your prayers. You were the king who walked on shards of jars that held your people's fate. Now here is my mind will be clear before my hair rolls. Now here is my mind will be clear before my hair rolls. Chomp. to the dust. I'm speaking wishes more than days. They could be better. Don't assume that I'm just way high. The world's apart, and I wanted to say a portion for us. What could be better? How do you do that? Till the place I'm back to my dream started. One day next to your skin, I chase it on, chase it on. Was it you? Your face is red as yours. I've got time to park at the I walk with you to the corner of Richmond. Your apartment's nice, where what we had. All years night, I came away strong. There was no use crawling to the dust. I'm speaking wishes, more than days. They could be better. Don't assume that I'm just way high. The world's apart, and I wanted to save a portion for us. What could be better? How do you do that? To the place I'm back to my dream started. One day next to your skin, I chase it on, chase it on. You hear that sound? There's a sound of you taking me back. If I say no, your look is fire. But I had said for an asshole right in. Come on, just a slice of what we had. Just the same, but you're a con. A ghost floating in a maze of mind to minds. To say for the sake of time.
I sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum.
Oh, we're back live for the Billy/Wavy Hour. We didn't think we were going to do one. Let me pull myself into the mix here. It's Sunday night. You're live with 10 drink minimum. Smiley is still not back. Where is Smiley? Oh, I don't know. He's not. There he is. He's coming in. He's coming in. He's moving around. He's there. There he is. Okay. So we're live. It's Sunday night. How the shit is everyone watching live? We would love to hear from you guys. Oh, bless you. Good almighty. Good almighty.
Hey, sorry, but I was having a sneezing fit.
You just, were you on the toilet? Is that what happened?
No.
That's fair. That's fair if you were. It's fair if you were. I don't know.
Just try. I was having a sneezing fit.
So, all right. So pre break, we were talking about dorm life. And you've never lived a dorm life. You haven't lived the dorm life. So
I didn't have to when I was in college. I lived close enough to the campus. I could just.
So what are questions? What are questions you have for dorm life?
Well, I mean, honestly, is it? This is what I mean, I've been to dorms before, but I've never lived there.
All
So I'm
right.
aware of there's like a shared bathroom situation
Yeah.
and multiple people in the same rooms.
Oh yeah. Totally.
And I know you can't get in and out during certain hours.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Usually like around 8:00 they lock all the doors. So I have some pretty decent dorm stories, right? So I lived 1993. I graduated from high school. I went through the summer. I spent a month abroad, as one does. True story. Then come the fall, I moved into Eastern. I went to Eastern New Mexico University, and it's weird because like my parents didn't really like help me do that. Like they didn't help me like transition into college. Like I had to do all the registration, I had to do all that stuff. I had to go do a visit of the campus all on my own. I didn't have any parents that went with me. My parents were not very supportive. I mean, they wanted me to go to college, but they were kind of like, well, now you're 18. Now you go to college. It's on you. It's you.
That's called good parenting.
I think so. So, but then
My mom did the same thing. She's like, "Happy birthday! You're 18.
Yeah.
I packed your clothes. You don't live here anymore."
Oh shit, that's rough. That's a little different.
Oh, I knew it was going to happen. I had a place, but she was like, "Seriously, you're 18.
That's fair.
Go, get out."
So I go to the pre-registration thing and I register for my classes, but I don't know where, like anywhere, like where I missed, like somewhere I missed, like signing up for dorms or doing that stuff. And you know, when you're 18, you don't really know how shit works. You don't know what's going on in life. You just don't. You just don't know. I mean, you know. So like I go to school, like I drive to school and I show up and they're like, "Oh, what's your name?" And I'm like, you know, blah blah blah, Burnett. And they're like, "Okay. And are you on campus or off campus?" I was like, "Well, I don't know. I guess on campus because I don't have anywhere to live." And they're like, "Well, we don't have a dorm assignment for you." And I was like, "Oh." And they're like, "Why didn't you sign up for a dorm?" And I was like, I don't even know what you mean. You know?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you show up for something and you're like,
dorm as in short for dormitory?
Right. So they're
Tarp?
like,
You mean like a tarpaulin?
Yeah. So at Eastern New Mexico University, there's the men's dorm, which is called Lincoln Hall. There's the women's dormitory, which was Bernalillo Hall at this time. It's all different now. And then there's, you know, like, you know, the upperclassmen dorms, all this other shit, blah, blah, blah. Well, Lincoln Hall is just shithole. It's just like all dudes and it's just like nasty and graffiti and probably some gonorrhea here and there. I know there was like bed bugs on one of the levels, da 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 da. Anyway, so whoever the person was like that I'm talking to is like, well, do you want to live in Lincoln Hall where it's all men? Or do you want to do the co-ed dorms where it's like mixed? And I was like,
that's an option?
Mixed? Yeah, right. And so she goes,
mean like in a regular school? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to
Yeah.
do that one where you actually.
And I guess like just because I didn't like sign up for dorms, I didn't go into the men's dormitory where they just put everyone like naturally. It just worked out. Like I shouldn't have signed up I should have signed up and then gone to Lincoln Hall. But because I just like didn't understand, like I was just some rube from the country, they're like, oh, well, we do have openings in this hall where it's like, go ahead, dude, you want to live there? And I'm like, yes. So they put me in this place called Eddy, which all the dorms were named after counties in New Mexico. So there's Lincoln Hall, Bernalillo Hall,
I
Eddy
noticed that
Hall,
trend.
DeBaca Hall. Those are all counties in New Mexico. So anyway, they're like, you're in Third South Eddy. And I'm like, okay. So it's this like dormitory that looks like a bird with wings. And I'm on the 3rd floor. And all on one side, like if you walk down the hallway, one side is men. The other side is all like it's like two men to each room on one side, 2 women to each room on the left side. Now, where I'm at, the closest bathroom is the women's restroom. The men's restroom is all the way down the wing. So the middle of the dorm was a staircase.
Like how we're talking like there's only 2 bathrooms a floor?
Yes. So the middle of the building, the middle was a staircase, right? So you have one wing to the right, one wing to the left. So the wing on the 3rd floor, the wing to the right is where there's one bathroom, and it's the women's, and it has toilets and it has showers. So the wing to the left has the men's restroom and has toilets and has showers. I'm on the wing to the right. So the closest bathroom to me is the women's restroom. And so I would have to walk all the way down and around past the staircase to the men's to go take a shower. Now, you had a sink in your room to like wash your face and hands and pee, you know?
Seriously. So like, okay.
So what do you think the room was like? Let me ask you this question.
Okay. Having no personal experience, I'm except from like television, so no personal experience whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'm imagining like going into like my friend's room, but his little brother's. He shares a room with his little brother, so there's 2 beds and it's kind of split in half.
Okay.
There's like a bed on one side and a bed on another side.
So I know what you're talking about in the movies, where it's like just one big box room, and they've just got a bed and all. It was not like that. It was kind of like that, but kind of not. So here's what it was like: you would walk in the door. To the left of the door was a sink right away, right?
Okay.
Then like to the left of that was a closet, right? To the right of you was the other person's closet. Then there was like a big like wooden box that went from the ceiling to the floor on each side, and there was like enough room for you to walk between the boxes, like as wide as the door, right? Now on the other side of those boxes were the beds on each side, and the beds went under, like they went, like the boxes were basically shielding the bed. Like if you were laying in bed and someone walked in the room, they couldn't see you laying in bed, right? And then above you was a cabinet to put personal effects, like, you know, food, whatever.
More storage stuff like that. Okay.
Storage.
Wow.
And then directly, like if you're looking in the door, you could, you know, past the wooden boxes, you walk past them, you could look to the right or left, and there's the person, the 2 people's beds. And then there was one big long like counter on the far wall. There was a big long counter with a full window with big blinds. So you could shut the blinds and not look out on, the campus, or you could have it open. But the big countertop, like, you'd put your TV, you'd put your computers or whatever, and it was like a desk. Like each person had a desk space, really. That's what it was. And that was the room. I mean, it was probably 300 square feet, maybe total.
This sounds like monastic almost.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was, it was okay. And you could put posters up and.
Oh, like efficiency to the max, though.
Oh,
Like
totally. Totally. And then there was a phone on the wall because, that was 93. It was like 1993. So there was a phone on the opposite side of the wall from the sink. And someone figured out like how to, like, they would give you your phone number, and someone figured out like if you went down a number for every phone number, it was the next room over. You know what I mean? Like, so you could figure out people's phone numbers. It was crazy.
Oh,
yeah. And weirdly, like, I never went into the women's restroom. Never one time went in the women's restroom. But many times where I was in the men's restroom, women would come in and pee because it was like full in the women's restroom. They would go, well, I'm going to come in and pee. Sorry.
yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I've worked in bars. That happens all the time.
Yeah. And we would have, this is all pre-cell phone. So, like, you would have these, like, stall wall press or whatever it was called. Like, they'd have a little, You
didn't have a pager in '93? Come on, dude.
I didn't. No. That was a big thing. Like, that was a big time if you had that.
I had a pager in '93.
Really? Well, you sold drugs, probably.
Yeah. So, I mean, fair enough.
Yeah. But, like, we had, like, there was the stall wall press where you got all the news for the hall. All that stuff happened. So I lived there for like 2 years. I moved down to the first floor the second year because I wanted to get away from my RA, my resident assistant. And then he moved down there too. And I was like, son of a bitch. Because he wouldn't leave us alone. He was kind of a shit ball.
Is the first floor better? Or is it just...
I was like trying to get away from the residences. So the third floor was freshmen. Okay. And they only allowed so many freshmen on that floor. And it was kind of the party floor. And so the first floor was not freshmen. And I was trying to move away from this fuckhead that was like he was always bothering me. He was like, oh, so one time we got sent to the hall director's office for noise. And it really pissed me off, and still pissed now. She was like, oh, your punishment is you have to clean my like, so the hall director had an apartment in the dorm. Like, they were on the first floor and they had a whole apartment. And she made us clean her apartment as a punishment for being loud. And I was like, that is bullshit, man. We have to clean your apartment, Like, were you waiting for people to get busted for noise?
Ow.
That's bullshit, yeah. But I also
there are some things that I learned from movies that are true.
Oh yeah, dude. So on the first floor, someone kept shitting in the shower. And they were like, who keeps shitting in the shower? They're like, if someone doesn't come forward, then everyone in the hall has to clean it up, or we're gonna fine everybody $25.
Do they not have janitors in this place?
Yeah, but I mean, dude, people are just shitting on the floor, man, and wiping it on the wall. And,
okay, well, you didn't put any of that in. Like, at first, I was like, these people might have medical problems.
No. They were just taking a shit in the shower, right? And wiping everywhere. And they're like, if no one comes forward and says that they were the phantom shitter, then everyone's got to help clean it up because the janitors don't, because that's not their job. And they're like, or we'll charge you $25. And I was like, charge away. I'm not cleaning up somebody's poop. and they never charged me. So I was like, and it was in the stall wall press. Who's the phantom shitter? I just remember all that. Yeah, you weren't allowed to have a microwave because, like, microwaves, if you had a microwave, that was like it would pop the breakers and shit.
The
So
blood
there was like,
circuits and stuff.
yeah, so there was a microwave in the middle. So each floor had like a common room.
Could you do a hot plate?
You weren't supposed to. That was another no-no.
I know it's a fire hazard, but
It's fire hazard. Candles, hot plate, and a microwave are all no-nos. And there was a common room, so you could go use the microwave in there. And it just always smelled of fucking burnt popcorn constantly because people were always fucking that up. And or it was just
they're too
dirty,
young. They didn't know you're supposed to do it on a stovetop.
right? Or just dirty, you know? Like someone's just cooked shit and it just blow up in the microwave. And then there was always people who had microwaves and they would have them covered up by like a, you know, because they could come in, because like the RA could like at any time pretty much come in your room. And, you know, we partied a lot, you know, in those days. We would drink 40s in the parking lot of Mickey's and Red Dog. And, you know, like we'd have our door open because I mean, we lived in a co-ed dorm. So like
Red Dog. Yeah, that was the 90s.
At all times, our dorm room was open. There was always women like coming over and they're like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" and like talking to us. And you know, my first roommate that I had the first semester was a real, you know, shitbag tool guy. He was creepy and he would call women on. He would like call women up to the room, and it would get to the point where they would be like, "Hey, can you tell your roommate not to call me anymore?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, sorry about that." And then he moved out, and then my friend moved in, and we became kind of the party room. Like people would come over to play video games or to party. So
what? No way. Doesn't sound anything like you.
What? So constantly, like the RA was always overall. RA was always on our ass. I always want to write like a script about like what really college is like. I hate these fucking college movies where it's so bullshit, but I always wonder, like, because you didn't go, like, you went, but you didn't go to like college. So, I mean, what questions do you have that, like, that you might like? What do you think? I mean, what question do you have that like is from a movie? Is it really like that? No, I can tell you that. I mean,
I never went to college, but I did go to boarding school.
Sure.
Like during summers.
Uh-huh.
So, but it wasn't that like strict.
Sure.
Like, yeah, what you described just sounds like prison.
No, no. It was fun, dude. I had a blast. I love college.
No, I mean like the lack of space.
Oh, sure. It was tiny, but like
when I went to boarding school, like it was seriously, you could have a roommate or not have a roommate. Everyone had their own space.
Well, they told me my roommate moved out, and they told me like if you don't get someone to move in, we'll assign you somebody. And I was like, fuck that. So my friend Johnny lived down the hall, and Johnny wasn't the cleanest dude, but whatever. So I was like, move down here because you don't have a roommate either, and we'll live in the same. And we did, and he did. And I mean, we lived together for a couple of years. I mean, we lived together probably like 5 times, in our lives. We're still friends to this day. This guy and I, we talked.
You can like reassign like rooms with each other. Like,
yeah, if you go to people and you're like, hey, like when you first move in, they try to assign you a roommate, and I didn't have one, and so this guy moved in, and he was just a crazy dude, and
like like me crazy or like violent crazy?
No, he was like creepy crazy. Like he would creep women out, and if a woman talked to him, he would be like, "Ooh, she likes me." And I'm like, "No, she was just being nice that you like opened the door for her."
So like James Spader creepy.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I asked him to move out after, everyone hated him. Everyone it's funny because people would come visit our room because they liked me. and they did not like him. And so finally I was like, you should move out. And then he moved out, and then people would still come. You know, they came like worse, and it was like our room was a party room. Shocking, right? And
Never would have seen that.
yeah, and I lived there for 2 years. And then I remember when I moved out of the dorms, and that was just such a different thing for it. Because like you say, it sounds like a prison, but like you imagine, like you no longer live with your parents. You no longer have your parents overseeing you. And you now have this like tiny space that is yours. And you're like, it's smaller than my room at home, but I don't have my parents watching me. And you're like, oh, this is exciting, you know? And then you look out the window and you're like, ooh, there's the girls from Alaska, and they're all tanning outside on the lawn. You know, it was just, you know, it was exciting times. You know, it's like,
I guess that wasn't a big draw for me because, like, I mean, like the first time I like paid money into rent was when I think I was like 12.
yeah. Well, that's the other thing too. Like
Moving out of the house just meant I had less bills.
well, when you
I'm
paid
like,
for your dorm,
oh,
you just paid for the dorm up front. You were done. Like you didn't pay a monthly thing. You didn't pay bills. You didn't pay nothing. It was like being away from your parents, but like not an adult. You know what I
see,
mean?
I should have done that because I got a
Yeah.
full.
Yeah.
I had the lottery scholarship from the state.
Oh shit! Yeah, you should. And then you're
And I had
native, right? You have indigenous. You would have got shitloads of money.
Why do you think I have multiple degrees? The first
Yeah,
two were paid
dude.
for not by me.
There was a couple dudes who lived in my dorm, and they not only didn't pay for school, they got extra money on top of that because they were native. You know.
Yeah, I got enough money that I just had my own place.
Mm.
But I mean, obviously, I moved in with my
I mean,
brother.
there's also that. You know, I mean, there's also that. But you know, I had the dorm. I mean, you know, there was. You know, I was 18 years old. I was.
These are the things that I would have appreciated because I didn't go to public school either.
So check
like,
this. I was 18 years old, a virgin, didn't drink, except no, I did. I went to Germany when I was 18, and I learned how to drink. I went to college, and like I moved into these dorms. I was a virgin, and after the first year, I was not that. I was like none of the, you know, like, you know, you had co-ed dorms, women would come and go. It was, you know, it was pretty wild times, man. I mean, you know, it was fun. It was not, you know, it was not the movies, but it was like, holy shit. Like, you know, as a 18-year-old person, I was like, fuck, this is crazy. You know, meeting women, having fun times and partying.
see, I think I would have appreciated that. I think I probably should have done that because I
had a full
transitioned
yeah.
straight into just life.
Well, imagine this too. I had a full meal plan. So I would walk across the parking lot from the dorm I'm in to the cafeteria, and they had, you know, daily, like they had like hamburgers, they had pizza, they had whatever. But then you could just go get cereal, you could go get ice cream, you go whatever you wanted all day long, as long as the cafeteria was open. You know, imagine every morning you could go and get like 14 different cereals in the morning, or
Sounds like a
breakfast.
awesome fantasy.
Right. And I mean, it's not always the best food, but there's food there, and you've already paid for it. It's there. Go for it and get it.
Dude, we were saying in background work, as long as you feed us, we'll be happy. Like that is the perk of doing background acting.
Right.
Is every 4 hours they feed us.
Oh, no shit. What's that like?
Well, it depends where you're working. On location, I've had everything as low as trail mix and boiled hot dogs.
Yeah.
But like if you go to like if you're filming in one of the studios, we're talking like fully catered. I think something I was working on. They had Okay, they had a meat grill and a
Ooh.
fish grill,
Oh.
and then of course there's the whole like salad bar, dessert bar. There's someone
Yeah.
making custom tacos, and
Oh.
there was seriously like it can just spiral out of control for like the catering.
And it's good stuff. It's not just like trash.
Oh no, it's amazing! Like it's catered by restaurants from this town.
Here's something that like annoyed the shit out of me. So there's this group on Facebook called Curbside Pickup, blah blah blah, and it was created to like help with COVID, and it's like what places are open for curbside pickup, right?
Yeah, I've seen this group.
Okay, someone posted. What is a place in Albuquerque that no longer exists that you wish did? And
I saw that post.
And immediately someone goes, Hometown Buffet. And I'm like, are you fucking shitting me? Out of all the places we've ever had to eat in this town, immediately you're going, Hometown Buffet. What the fuck is wrong with you? And my lady friend's like, what's Hometown Buffet? I was like, it's like Golden Corral. Pretty much.
Yeah, it's a.
She's like, what? I was like, right? Like, you don't miss, like, fucking Rax's hamburgers or Rex's hamburger, whatever the fuck it's called.
I miss Furr's Cafeteria.
Pudge Brothers or.
What? Oh, okay. You hush up there, man.
What? You don't like Pudge Brothers?
No, I love Pudge Brothers.
That's what I'm saying. You don't miss Pudge Brothers? You miss Hometown Buffet? Pudge Brothers.
Pudge Brothers.
Yeah. Dude, Pudge Brothers
is still around.
No, they're not. They're not around.
They go out of business again?
Pudge Brothers Albuquerque. It's gone, man. If Pudge Brothers was around, I'd be eating Pudge Brothers all the time.
They don't deliver into the metro area. They're on the outskirts.
What? Hold on. Where?
Last I checked. Okay, it's been a while. At least a year.
Pudge Brothers Pizza. Pudge Brothers Pizza Menu Albuquerque.
Does it show their locations?
Out on Osuna and Chavez.
See? They don't deliver where we live.
Are you serious? Pudge Brothers is still around?
Yes, they just don't deliver to
Old Town. There's not one in Old Town, dude. There's no way. No.
That would be new.
1433 Central Northwest. No. This isn't a thing, dude. Pudge Brothers was awesome.
Pudge Brothers still exists, man.
No, it doesn't. There's no way it does. When was this? 6,200. Really?
I love their pizza. They just don't deliver.
That spicy sauce?
They just don't deliver in our area, man. And it's weird to say that.
I think you're delusional. I don't think it's real. I don't know.
Whatever.
I'm seeing it on like Google, but that doesn't mean it's around.
It has been a year,
2020.
at least.
Let's see. Brothers Pizza. Oh no shit! Hold on. There's a website. Dude, are you serious? Oh no! It's only in Colorado now.
Oh, just Colorado now.
What the f?
We used to have some here.
Home of the monster, because this is the one. Home of the monster. That's Pudge Brothers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was that giant pizza you could get for $10. Love that.
So, Hollyanne, Pudge Brothers is not still open. No way. I love Pudge Brothers, man. Fuck, I love their pizza, man. That spicy sauce was so good. What happened there?
And they were the only people that would deliver you ice cream.
Oh, that's right. Oh, so it says Colorado locations, and it says outside Colorado locations, and it says none.
All right, so we don't have any anymore. We used to have some here.
Thanks for getting my hopes up there, Smiley. Thanks for getting.
Hey, sorry, things changed this last year, and that's what we were talking about.
Sunshine, Sunflowers, and Sons of Bitches. I thought they were gone a long time ago, man. I love Pudge Brothers, man. That was good stuff.
They were
Good.
still there. You just had to drive to get it.
Damn it.
Oh, Anatolia closed.
Yeah.
I don't know where I get my Greek food now from.
Yeah, he moved to the guy who owned Anatolia moved to Colorado. He's always like wanted to make like, you know, that baklava, first of all, is the most amazing baklava I've ever had in my entire life.
Wow.
And he's always wanted to make a THC baklava. And he just couldn't get his business to you know, connect. So he moved to, I want to say Colorado Springs. And I think he's just going to, so Hollyanne said she used to work for the owners at Ben and Jerry's, and they owned both, and they were jerks. I think she means Pudge Brothers, and that's not good.
Well, they're all hopped up on fucking ice cream.
Hopped up
they were
on
assholes.
they're all hopped up on the dairy, shitting their guts out. Where's your Pudge Brothers now? God, I miss Pudge Brothers pizza. That was the best pizza. Like, you would open the phone book, right? You remember this? You would open the phone book, and Pudge Brothers had that hard page
that you tore out.
You tore out, and it had the Pudge Brothers coupons on it.
Oh yeah.
And it was they had the spicy sauce. Oh, it was so good. So good. Loved it. Whatever.
That makes sense why you could get Ben Jerry ice cream delivered from them.
Oh, I didn't know this. Yeah, that makes sense now too. Yeah.
But I don't care. No one else had that. I'm like, I would like a pizza and some wings and 2 pints of ice cream.
All the dairy.
And show up.
All the dairy you can give me, please. All the dairy. As much dairy as you can smash into my mouth.
Well, if you had a coupon, you could get an 18-inch monster.
Yeah.
With a small side of wings and a pint of ice cream for $17.99.
Spicy sauce. So good.
And that was nuts.
So good. Yeah, it was. It was very good.
I ran a bar at the time. Like, I would just order that every single Sunday. Just so we had free food in the bar to like get people in.
Good idea, man. Real good idea. I don't know. Now I'm hungry. I haven't eaten since breakfast. I'm starving. So I think I'm going to cut the show short because I'm going to order some pizza. So thank you for staying with me, Smiley. I hope people got more Smiley this episode. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Anything you want to say out there, Smiley? Just to throw it out there, just to appease your audience.
Oh, I don't know what my audience wants.
They want more of you. I don't know. I don't know what that means because, like, I feel like we give you as much of you as we can. There's literally a review. More Smiley, please. I don't know.
Well, I have to make some more material then.
Yeah. I want to thank people for watching. I want to hope Holly gets better quick and send your good love to Hollyanne. Yeah.
Please do.
She said Holly says we want more crazy Smiley stories. Well, we'll pack another show full of them. The next one.
I got a million of those. Just remind me of which one.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. You know, totally he does. Hollyanne, get better. Everyone out there for what Smiley, thank you for sticking with me, and I'm excited to show you the new place here. You know,
hey, check it out.
And then your glasses, your fancy glasses.
I can still see without them.
Yeah, what? What the hell? I cannot. Ha ha ha! All right, I think we've done enough damage. Oops. I want to thank people for watching live. Anything else you want to say, Smiley?
I'm good. If anyone wants to watch me on TV, they can find me.
Yay! Yeah. Watch Smiley on the new show WandaVision. Look in the background really hard for him.
Don't say things like that.
JK, LOL. He's not on that. But you will be in the new Zack Snyder.
Hopefully. I spent an entire summer working on that.
What's the show?
So, Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead is coming out sometime this year, and I spent an entire summer being a zombie in
Sweet.
Albuquerque summer heat in full makeup. So it was fun.
Cool. So you guys check out that show and look for Smiley. And if you find Smiley, point him out to us. So add us on social media. Our website's 10drinkminimum.com. Our Facebook is facebook.com/10drink. And 10 Drink Minimum on Twitter. Smiley doesn't really have a lot of social media, so you can't really add him there. But that's okay. If you send us a message, we'll ask him for you. So by all means, do that.
I have a mailing address if you want to send me letters.
And he is the main force behind the art movement. So if you want to send some hate mail about art, we'll try to get his email for you. But other than that, I'm Chris, and this is Smiley, and Holly will be back on the next episode. Probably not next Sunday because we have the Superb Owl, the big game next Sunday, so we will not be here. But we'll be back in 2 weeks. Thank you guys for watching. With that, we are
10 Drink Minimum.
.com.